Every year, when autumn arrives, the entire North American continent transforms to make way for a colossal migration. From mountain peaks to ocean depths, millions of creatures begin a journey between life and death. In the place where every form of life seeks continuation, instinct alone decides who will survive. Before we continue, tell us where you're watching from. It's always an honor to connect with people who love nature around the world. Mobula rays, shadows beneath the waves. March, off the coast of Baja California, spring doesn't arrive with flowers but is born from the ocean, in the continuous flow of life. Krill, the fundamental link in the ocean's food chain, gathers in colossal masses, glowing like red incandescent galaxies beneath the surface. Small but abundant anchovies, like dust of the sea, sense the signal and converge in impossible numbers. They group into living walls, in compact masses, constantly moving, changing shape endlessly to avoid being devoured. These anchovy schools also attract other mysterious visitors, those the ocean calls black shadows. From where light no longer reaches the bottom, a predator emerges. Mobula, the devil ray of the Mediterranean, one of the largest ray species on the planet, with a wingspan close to 6 feet, wider than an adult with arms fully extended. Without fangs, without claws, but the ability to move in groups, speed, and silence transformed the Mobula into the most efficient predator of the ocean's intermediate zone. The entire group coordinates, compressing the anchovy school into a dense mass, and one by one they advance to attack in synchronized fashion, like a biological machine of absolute precision. When satiated, they leap out of the water. These jumps can reach up to 6 feet high, and when they fall, they produce a dry crack like applause audible dozens of yards away. Researchers believe this is a form of communication, courtship, and also a means of removing parasites stuck to their fins. They arrive in silence like shadows, but what they leave behind will attract much larger creatures still. Olive Ridley sea turtles, the endless shore. June, under the heat of early summer, the coast of Oaxaca seems to awaken, and then, like a signal no one hears, thousands of lives begin to break the waves to return. Olive Ridley sea turtles, solitary creatures of the ocean that now all come back at the same time to the place where it all began. Thousands of turtles gather simultaneously at a single point. Normally, they travel thousands of miles through the immense ocean without company, without tracks, guided only by water, wind, and instinct. But at the exact moment, they all return together like a promise never spoken in words. Thousands of bodies trample each other. Each individual fights to dig its nest, to find its own space amid a sea of shells and fragile sand. Up to 40% of the eggs are destroyed simply because another female arrives later and digs in the wrong place. But life always finds a way to balance. A single female can lay up to 100 eggs in each spawning. And amid so many losses, millions of eggs remain intact under the sand, waiting for the sun to fulfill the promise left by the mothers. More than 45 days have passed since the mothers returned to the ocean, and the beach once again begins to move beneath that layer of sand. Thousands of lives are awakening. October, the ideal moment. No one teaches, no one guides. They just know there's light, and a soundless call coming from the ocean. Those born first don't rush, they wait. They wait for their siblings because they know on this beach being first can mean being first to die. The time has come. The sea is ahead, in a straight line. For predators, this is no longer just a feast, but a true rain of protein. Reaching the water doesn't mean being safe. They need to dive fast and dive deep. And when they reach the right depth, Earth's magnetic field begins to guide them. From the mountains to the ocean, from sand to sky, this land is not just a place, it's where life never stopped moving. Each migration is a chapter of living history, a symphony between instinct and hope, and all share the same destiny. If these creatures can cross thousands of miles just to survive, then we, with a single gesture, can also help preserve this world for more than a lifetime. Grey whales and orcas, the ancient battle. After more than 5,600 miles crossing the frozen ocean, they finally arrive at San Ignacio Lagoon. The final destination of this grand journey, a bay of shallow, warm, windless waters, where life that has just been born has its first chance to survive. Grey whales, calm, slow, but powerful in their colossal way, they don't come here to hunt, but to give birth and raise their calves in the heart of the wild. The first days of a whale calf's life are a true miracle. It needs to learn to breathe, learn to swim alongside its mother, and, above all, needs to grow fast. Every day it consumes up to 50 gallons of milk, thick as cream. Whale milk has a fat content 10 times greater than cow's milk, because there's no time to grow slowly, but even in these calm waters, there are others waiting. Orcas, the killer whales, they don't need maps, they memorize every eddy, every echo corner of this sea, thanks to inherited memory. Today they're hunting. They detect a mother and her calf separated from the group, a vulnerable target, but protected by one of the ocean's most powerful creatures. The grey whale, 10 times larger than an orca. But the predator doesn't need strength, it just needs a mistake. They swim in circles around the mother and calf, sweeping every space, searching for the crack between maternal instinct and the body's limit. They strike without stopping. Each impact weighs like a moving bus. There's no pause, not a second of rest. They attack in shifts, eroding little by little the prey's resistance. They don't just strike, they press their entire bodies onto the calf, sinking it with their own weight, denying it even the right to breathe. This is experience. This is intelligence. The intelligence of the ocean's most cunning predators. When the foam dissipates, only absence remains. A small body floating silently in the middle of the ocean, an entire life to generate a single calf. But the sea makes no promises. It grants life and then takes it back as if it never gave it. 1/3 of whale calves never return. Monarch butterflies, the painted wings. In the mountains of central Mexico lies an ancient forest, the Oyamel fir forest, where millions of monarch butterflies gather each winter. They are a super generation. They've flown more than 2,200 miles from southern Canada just to spend winter here, the last paradise they have left. When the first rays of spring sun touch the forest, everything awakens. Millions of wings rise into the air, a beautiful and brief farewell. After mating, only females with fertilized eggs continue their journey northward. They will deposit their eggs on milkweed plants in the United States and then die. It takes 4 consecutive generations for just one to have enough strength to return to Mexico and restart this miraculous journey. But for indigenous communities, monarch butterflies are not just insects, they are the souls of ancestors. Returning to the world of the living each day of the dead in Mexico, the spirit of these creatures is everywhere, on signs, on walls, in traditional clothing. Yet now these souls are slowly losing the place to return to, not from natural disasters, not from climate change, but because of humans. Illegal logging is stealing every century-old oyamel pine, the very trees monarch butterflies choose to rest in. Worse still, criminal groups have devastated the forest to plant avocado, a high-value crop on the black market. 90% of the monarch butterfly population has already disappeared in just a few decades. If more forest is lost, they'll have nowhere to return. They cannot hibernate elsewhere. They need this forest, these trees, the place their ancestors chose long ago. And humanity is cutting that memory with chainsaws,